Okay, today what I want to do is talk to you about the different resources that exist on the digital backpack. I want to explore more in depth. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning. When I want to go into Spring Branch, I can do it many ways. But one way that I've learned is that you could go digital backpack, and Spring Branch automatically just pops up in my search. So you can do it that way and get over to digital backpack. Okay, another way to do it would be if you're just going to log into Spring Branch. So ASBISD, and then click on Spring Branch Independent School District, and this will take you to the digital backpack right here. So once I see it, I launch it. I'm going to go ahead and give you the different views and so you can see the different resources that exist. So about the backpack, if you want to go to the general information, this explains in English and in Spanish about the backpack and what we are doing and how we are going to use it. Then if you go into learning log, if you want a reading log and something similar to a reading log, and if you want to keep track of something like this daily, you can. How much time did I spend on the task? What was the task? Just to get yourself organized. That is not required, but it's just another resource if you'd like to use that. Then there's login information, which I think everybody might need this if you don't already know your logins. This gives you the logins for It's Learning, Britannica School, Discovery Ed. All of it is here. You just need your student login, and for Khan Academy, all of these including Google tools. So username and password, student login. So you would have it right here, and here it is in Spanish. So that would be very important to have all of these usernames, passwords, things like that. You will find that these resources under login information. Now, if you want to see what last week's plans were, you can go to the archive. And in the archive you will find things that were from the previous week and other information. So this is this week's work, and you can go to whichever grade level that you choose when we will be working in 4th grade. That's for this week. If you scroll down, you have week 1, and it'll take you straight to the backpack from week 1. And all the different things that we're doing. And I'm going to go into the backpack for the second week a little bit later, but you can look at that as well in case you were looking for it. You couldn't find it before because it's moved. Another important information is you can find the printable PDFs, the printable documents that were left as a paper packet that some people came to the schools to pick up. This is week 1. If you want to see what those were, you can use this and scroll down, and it has all of the information that was given out in the backpack for all the subject areas. Another thing you could do if you wanted to print it, you could print it from here. If you wanted to download it, you could download it, which means you could have it and save it in your computer. So if I wanted to download it, I would take it here. I want to download it in documents. Maybe I have a specific file made for the digital backpack. And I believe that I do digital backpack week 1. So I can save it there. And if I want to refer to it, I have it in my files. And if I just want to, open it up, it's right there. It's handy dandy. So you could do it either way. Print it or download it and then use it as you want. You can even bookmark it to get to it as well. And that is week 1, and that is week 2. You would do the same thing. So I wanted to show you those resources. E-learning roles. This is another resource that explains what parents are doing, what teachers are doing, what students are doing as we support each other in this distance learning and e-learning process. What's important to know for this week is you have all of them here, the login information, the e-learning archive, and I am going to go back to what the digital backpack for this week looks like. You see we have the different apps. So if you want to go into It's Learning, you click in, you can get to It's Learning, log in, as you normally log in. You might have a different view, different student view. And I would log into It's Learning and see the courses that I have. You could go into Sora and find out more resources in Sora, and there are the logins in the document I just showed you. You could go to Google from here, and there's Google Apps available for staff and pre-K 12 through pre-K through 12. How does my child log into Google? There's information of how that works, and you can work on it right here. That's important to have, so we can share documents and such. And then there's Khan Academy. They have different videos on different subject areas, and you can go into Khan Academy, sign up, or if you already have an account, and it's another learning tool. There's Discovery Education. They have wonderful videos, science videos. You can explore it. There's other subject areas in there as well. The login is provided in the logins page that I shared with you. Encyclopedia Britannica has a lot of resources as well. You went into the elementary one, open it up. You need the ID, which you will find on that page. But there are a wealth of resources here as well. Then there's reading and Launch My Ready Rosie. It's for early education for younger students, if you're interested in looking at that. And Gale has a lot of resources. There's different files you can look through. Gale Books, Educator's Reference, Environmental Studies, Gale Literature, Scrivener, lots of different resources. If you are interested, they have some Spanish material as well, and Informe Académico, Resource Center, and we will explore these. And this is one of the ones I like, National Geographic for Kids, because I love National Geographic for Kids, and I needed to see the sign in, and I will be doing that in some other videos, so we can explore that together. Lots of great resources on the backpack. So, in addition to that, you'll notice that there are some resources for parents and students as well. I can't access my student email, so you would click that. I need general tech support, so you could add any of these that might help you. I need help with elementary language arts. So if you go here, this will help you as well. And over here, you will see that this is the second week. There's Spanish and English. And as you go through the math, you will see how the math is organized. The activities, the objectives, these are the answer keys for when you're finished doing the work. The parents can check it, students can check their work. And here's a PowerPoint that if you wanted to look through the PowerPoint, read through it, that can be a possibility. I'm going to be making a video using this PowerPoint shortly, and if you want to view that, I'm going to put it on, I'll give you the link and I'll put it on YouTube, my YouTube channel. So this is part of it, part of the resources. I'm going to click back, and we're still involved with the math. There's an activity, and I'm sure some of you have started to work on, which I will be working on with the groups that I work with. I'm going to talk to you more about that. And just keep clicking and you're going to find out reflection sheets, activity sheets, additional resources. And we have the e-learning guide for science. We have STEM scopes. The objectives are there. And I really like STEM scopes because it's colorful. And these are wonderful readings to learn more about science and activities. So we'll be exploring those as we go within the Zoom classes and possible videos. And so it depends on what subject I want. So if I'm over here, oh, well, I was in science, I don't want to click all the way, just click on that. Then there's English reading sources, resources for science and Spanish. And there's some work to do right here. And there's a brain pop video that if you would like to watch it, you can click on there. And you will be learning about bird anatomy. I'm going to go back because I clicked out without meaning to. So we're going to go into the language arts. In the language arts, we have reading daily. If you want to use this reading log, it would be a great idea. If you don't have a printer, then you can make your own reading log in a paper, and it's quite simple to do. I'm going to show you how I would make mine very shortly. I'm going to get my paper ready. If I do not have to photocopy that. It's really simple. You just take some paper, and I am going to go to my camera. Okay, so if this is my paper, and you can have notebook paper, you could either have it portrait or you could have it landscape. I like landscape. I want to put this up a little higher. So this is my reading log. I will want to make it something like this: the date, the title of the book. If I want to write the author's name, I might want to do that. So save space for the author. The pages that I read today. Some people want to put a page start and a page finish, where I started and where I finished. And the genre. And I can give you a document on the different genre. Is it fiction, realistic fiction? Is it science fiction? Is it fantasy? Are they fairy tales? Is it a play? Is it poetry? And then I might want to write a few notes to myself. So it's simple, just like this. And so here's my start and my finish. And I even might want to put minutes on here, and since I didn't do that, I could easily just add another column right here and just write minutes if I want to write down how many minutes I'm reading. And that could be daily, how many minutes. So let's say I was going to read the book Crenshaw, and I wouldn't write Crenshaw there. I would write the date today as 3/31/20 and Crenshaw. And I have the book Crenshaw with me. I was lucky enough to bring it home. So I have the book Crenshaw. And then I can add the title. The author is Applegate, one of my favorite authors. I love her books. And then I may have started, she also wrote The One and Only Ivan. So maybe I started, and here's my, on chapter 36, and I may have started on page 169. And in my 30 minutes, I read to page 200. So for today, I read 31 pages. The genre, I'd have to decide, is this realistic fiction or is it fantasy? It has aspects of both, so maybe I'll write both. Parts of it's realistic and parts of it is fantasy. After I finish the book, then I will understand what it is. I'm not going to give out any information, but it's a similar one. So the minutes I read was 30 minutes, and I just write whatever notes that I want, what I'm thinking about, how many chapters maybe I want to read. So it's up to me to decide what the notes are going to be. And this is my handy dandy simply made reading log. So click out of here. So this is a reading log that's very similar. So we were talking about the language arts part, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the language arts part again. I'm going to return to that. Can read articles online. They can have cross-textual connections, so your parents can click on here to see which ones those are. If you'd like to, you can find some here too. So there's different places that you can go to. ReadWorks, News ELA. And if you have a student login, if not, you can create an account. I could talk to you more about that and make another video on that. In English and Spanish, there's Pebble Go. And then they have it by different reading levels, or by different, sorry, not reading levels, but by grade level. So dozens of Dino, Scoop. So those are some of the articles that you found in the packet. here they are in the toolkit text that comes from Steph Harvey. So it's nice, it's bright, and it's beautiful, and they're very interesting articles. So you can go to these websites to get some more of the articles, or you can go over here to find some more for the week that you might be interested in perusing and reading. So I'm going to go back to Language Arts. And here's cross-textual connections. Some things that you want to remember. This is for the parents. How do we summarize? Talking about main idea. Kinds of examples. Your parents can look at that, and you could look at that for 4th grade if you'd like to as well. Things to remember as we're working through. I'm going to go back to this again. And there's checklists in here for when you're working on the expository essay or informational essay. There's a word study plan for your parents and for you to look at how you use it daily, and I will be working with that in my group coming up soon. And we were just, I want to go ahead and go back here so I get there quicker. So here are the list of things. So for you have your reading log, your reading articles. You can click on them just like I showed you. And you can click on the different ones you're interested in. I will go to grade 4. If you're interested in looking at grade 3 and grade 5, there's no problem with doing that. Just more resources. And again, there's a checklist to revise and edit your writing that your parents can look at and you can look at together. So when it says right here, my introduction hooks the reader, do you have a really good introduction? We've been working on Bada Bing Slams. You might want to use that or choose another one. Does your introduction have a claim or a central idea? Basically, where's your belief statement? Where's your opinion? Depends on what you're writing about, and we can talk more about that in small group. Then we have 2 body paragraphs or so. So we want to talk about using transitions and restatement in our concluding paragraph. So these are just a checklist to help us. Do I have these things in my writing as I'm writing? We can talk more about that in small group. All right, so we're almost done. There's a word study plan here that you can click on. And this week, coordinate in conjunction with Khan Academy. And we can do some more work in a small group without the for and nor, but or yet so. We talked about those coordinating conjunctions, the fanboys, which you know a lot about. Suggested books for students to listen to online. There might be some books here you're interested in. And here's week 1. And if you did not read week 1's, and you're interested in hearing some more people read aloud, well, there you go. I'm even considering reading a book out loud too and putting it on to share it with you. My own book possibly, or my own story. So lots of resources here. Sample prompts to use, sample jots where you're writing notes about what you're reading. Writing checklists in Khan Academy, main idea, how it works. And we can be working with that in small groups. Then there's the social studies. After that, and you click on here, and your login and use for studies weekly. Also look for the login page. That will help you with it if you don't do studies weeklies. I think you've been using it in the classroom, and Miss Aguirre can help you with that. And I can help you get that information. If you let me know you don't know it, I can talk to her. All right, so those are the resources, and you just keep clicking on them, and we'll be working on some times. So thank you, and I look forward to working with you.